Hello, this is Spellbinder. This is January 1st, 2011. It's a new year, but it feels like the old year. Today I'm going to read a story here that you'll enjoy, I hope, about the 10 modern methods of mind control. This is an activist post video. It's real short. Shouldn't take more than 8 minutes at the most to do the whole thing. Only 37 seconds into just doing me. But that's not the point. This is the article here by the activist post. In other words, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to tell you the facts of what's going on in life. Friday, December 31st, 2010. 10 Modern Methods of Mind Control. Here they are by Nicholas West, activist post writer. The more one researches mind control, the more one will come to the conclusion that there is a coordinated script that has been in place for a very long time with the goal to turn the human race into non-thinking automatons. For as long as man has pursued power over the masses, mind control has been orchestrated by those who study human behavior in order to bend large populations to the will of a small elite group. Today, we have entered a perilous phase where the mind control has taken on a physical scientific dimension that threatens to become a permanent state if we do not become aware of the tools at the disposal of the technocratic dictatorship unfolding on a worldwide scale. Modern mind control is both technological and psychological. Tests show that simply by exposing the methods of mind control, the effects can be reduced or eliminated, at least for mind control, advertising, and propaganda. More difficult to counter are the physical intrusions which the military-industrial complex continues to develop and improve upon. And this is how they do it. Number 1, and number 2, and number 3. Well, I get number 1 on here. Education. This is the most obvious, yet still remains the most insidious. It has always been the would-be dictator's ultimate fantasy to educate naturally impressionable children. Thus it has been a central component to the communist and fascist tyrannies throughout history. No one has been more instrumental in exposing the agenda of modern education than Charlotte Isabel. One can begin research into the area by downloading the free PDF of her book, The Deliberate Dumbing Down of America, which lays bare the role of globalist foundations in shaping a future intended to produce servile drones loaded over by a fully educated, aware elite class. Yes, the elitists rule the world. A handful control the many. 2. Advertising and propaganda. Edward Bernays has been cited as the inventor of the consumerist culture that was designed primarily to target people's self-image, or lack thereof, in order to turn a want into a need. It was initially envisioned for products such as cigarettes, for example. However, Bernays also noted in his 1928 book, Propaganda, that propaganda is the executive arm of the invisible government. This can be seen most clearly in the modern police state and the growing citizens' snitch culture, also known as Stasi. Wrapped up in the pseudo-patriotic war on terror, the increasing consolidation of media has enabled the entire corporate structure to merge with the government, which now utilizes the concept of propaganda placement. Media, print, movies, televisions, cable, news can now work seamlessly to integrate an overall message which seems to have the ring of truth because it comes from so many sources simultaneously. When one becomes attuned to identifying the main message, one will see this imprinting everywhere. And this is not to mention subliminal messaging. Yes, I remember during 9/11, every channel you'd go to had the same script. How in the hell did the same person get the same script written by the same person to read to you about buildings coming down? Just do your research. You'll find that out. It's a very real thing that they did back then. If you go back to all the news reports that were running at the same exact time, it's as if each reporter was handed a script and was told, read this. This is what's happening. Number 3, predictive programming. Many still deny that predictive programming is real. I would invite anyone to examine the range of documentation put together by Alan Watt and come to any other conclusion. Predictive programming has its origins in predominantly elitist Hollywood. Where they make movies that predict the future. Like The Knowing, oil well, and the Gulf blowing up and releasing a bunch of oil. Yeah, it's in The Knowing. Just read the very beginning of the movie tells you about The Knowing, about the oil spill in the Gulf. Gee, that came out, several months before the actual accident happened. Where big screen can offer big vision of where society is headed. Yeah, they do that. Okay, Arnold Schwarzenegger being told he's president of the U.S. or something when it's not possible unless they change the Constitution to make it so a foreigner can become a president. I can't remember exactly what movie that was. I want to say Judge, but it's not the Judge movie. If it is, it's the one where he was brought out of ice. In the very beginning of that, it says that President Schwarzenegger was handling the crisis going on at the time, as if he's going to ever make it. Just look back at the books and movies which you thought were far-fetched or science fiction, and take a close look around at society today. For a detailed breakdown of specific examples, Vigilant Citizen is a great resource that will probably make you look at entertainment in a completely different light. It really would. You're sort of realizing they're making movies so the elitists get to see how their plans work out. And I'm pretty sure they do that. So you get an idea of what's coming down the pike. 4, sports, politics, and religion. Some might take offense at seeing religion or even politics put along sports as a method of mind control. The central theme is the same throughout the divide and conquer. The techniques are quite simple. Short-circuit the natural tendency of people to cooperate for their survival, and teach them to form teams bent on domination and winning. Sports has always had a role as a key distraction that corrals tribal tendencies into an unimportant event, which in modern America has reached ridiculous proportions, where protests will break out over a sports celebrity leaving their city, but essential human issues such as liberty are gaggled away as inconsequential. Political discourse is strictly in the left-right paradigm of easily controlled opposition, while religion is the backdrop of nearly every war throughout history. Number 5. Food, water, and air. Additives, toxins, and other food poisons literally alter brain chemistry to create docility and apathy. Fluoride in drinking water has been proven to lower IQ. Aspartame and MSG are exotoxins which excite brain cells until they die of overreaction. And easy access to fast food that contains these poisons generally has created a population that lacks the focus and motivation for any type of active lifestyle. Most of the modern world is perfectly groomed for passive receptiveness and acceptance of the dictatorial elite. And if you choose to dignantly watch your diet, they are fully prepared to spray the population from above. Chemtrails, Number 6, drugs. Oh yeah, drugs can be any addictive substance, but the mission of mind controllers is to be sure that you are addicted to something. One major arm of the modern mind control agenda is psychiatry, which aims to define all people by their disorders, not by what your goodness is, but by your disorders. They've come up with so many new disorders and made a pill for it. It's unreal. As opposed to their human potential. This was foreshadowed in books such as Brave New World. today is taken on an even further extremes as a medical tyranny. They have taken hold where nearly everyone has some sort of disorder. You know what I mean? There's something wrong with you. You got to take a pill for it. Here, $50 for a bottle of pills. Thank you for the money. Particularly those who question authority. You see, if you question authority, you must have a disorder because you're questioning gods. Can't question the gods. The use of nerve drugs in the military has led to record number of suicides. Worst of all, the modern drug state now has over 25% of U.S. children on mind-numbing medications. You know, Ritalin, Prozac, you know, the good stuff. The good poisons out there that make them retarded. So they're stupid. Military testing. The military has a long history as a testing ground for mind control. The military mind is perhaps the most memorable as those who pursue life in the military generally resonate to the structures of hierarchy, control, and need for unchallenged obedience to a mission. For increasing number of military personnel questioning the indoctrination, a recent story highlighted by DARPA plans to transcranial mind control helmets that will keep them focused and under control. Electromagnetic spectrum and electromagnetic soup evolves as all charged by modern devices of convenience, which have been shown to have a direct impact on brain function. In a tacit admission of what is possible, one researcher has been working with the God helmet to introduce visions by alternating the electromagnetic field of the brain. Our modern soup has us passively bathed by potentially mind-altering waves, while a wide range of possibilities, such as cell phone towers, is now available to the would-be mind controller for more direct intervention. They use those towers to bathe you in more radiation and control. You can imagine how much energy is just floating around in the air from all this stuff. And then we're being literally bathed in it. Number 9, television computer flicker rate. It's Looker, the movie. Check out the movie, a 1982 movie called Looker. And it'll tell you all about this flicker and stuff and how they control people to buy things. Television computer and flicker rate. That's bad enough that what is programmed on your TV, XSVI remote control, is engineered. It is all made easier by literally lulling you to sleep, making it a psychosocial weapon. Flicker rate tests show that the alpha brainwaves are altered, producing a type of hypnosis which doesn't pretend well for the latest relationship that lights can transmit coded internet data by flickering faster than the eye can see. The computer flicker rate is less, but through a video game, social networks, and basic structural which overloads the brain with information. The rapid pace of modern communication introduces the ADHD state. A study of video games revealed that extended play can result in lower blood flow to the brain, sapping emotional control. Furthermore, role-playing games like lifelike war and police state scenarios serve to desensitize a connection to reality. One look at WikiLeaks video, collateral murder, should be familiar to anyone who has seen the game. It's called game like the Call of Duty. Really. And nanobots, from science fiction horror directly to the modern brain. The nanobots are on the way. Direct brain modification ability has been packaged as neuroengineering. The Wired article installs it could make someone happy with the press of a button. Nanobots take the process of an automatic level, renewing the brain molecule by molecule. Worse, these mini droids can self-replicate, forcing one to wonder how this genie would ever get back in the bottle once unleashed. Expected date of arrival? Early 2020s. A concert effort is underway to manage and predict the human behavior so that the social scientists and the dictatorial elitists can control the masses and protect themselves from the fallout of a fully awakened free humanity. Only by waking up as their attempts to put us to sleep do we stand a chance to preserve our free will. And there you go. There you have it. That's the article. I hope that is very informative and will keep you awake. Until next time, this is Spellbinder giving you an awakening. Be good at it, and Good New Year today.